Hello and welcome in. This is Divination Rainbow. Thank you for taking the time out to stop in for today's reading. We are going to be looking at the signs and synchronicities your guides are trying to show you at this time. We're going to be taking a look into what is happening in the energy around you currently, as well as what is getting ready to unfold that your guides are wanting to show you, give you some advance notice and a little bit of guidance to help light your path. Now, I have already drawn 3 cards here, and we're going to go a little bit deeper into the overall energy of each pile. For pile 1, we have the Empress. For pile 2, we have the 8 of Wands. And for pile 3, we have the 10 of Cups. So take a moment to look at the imagery, feel out the energy, go ahead and choose which pile or piles resonate with you the most. And I will see you there. All right, hello to everyone who selected the Empress as their overall energy for their reading today. If you chose this card, this is going to be for you. So right off the bat, this card is going to represent somebody with an independent nature, someone who is very grounded and stable, somebody who is a naturally nurturing person, and things just kind of grow up around you. You're the type of person who always wins or comes out on top, and you have a soft but gentle, powerful type of personality. All right. I'm going to go ahead and jump into what is going on in your present energy and what's kind of unfolding around you currently that we can see. Interesting. Maybe feeling like you have a lack of information about something at this time. I feel like it's something that you have a strong intuitive sense about, but what you're able to actually see in the physical as far as evidence and information may be lacking at this time. We're also seeing here in the current energy that you're definitely getting a little bit deeper into your spiritual pursuits. And at the same time, you are being very patient with everything that is unfolding around you. You're working on your craft. So let's see what is getting ready to unfold in this energy that we are going to be getting additional guidance on today. For my Empress pile, what additional energy can we read on that is going to be unfolding that the guidance is meant for today? Ooh, some good blessings coming in, brighter days ahead, and kind of just like a feeling of deeper fulfillment and happiness from within. Putting you in the type of energy of being able to really create and being able to create from nothing, which is kind of funny because the overall energy for your pile was the Empress. You're going to be able to create in such a way that it allows you to have a very benevolent and charitable type of energy. You'll be able to really help and assist those around you. And it's also going to be putting you in a situation where you're going to have to be using whatever information that you've been able to gain from the time that you started off with that 2 of Wands in the reverse to the information that you now have. You're going to have to be in control of your thoughts and able to make a decisive action, but you will be prepared for that. You're going to have basically a leveling up here. And at the bottom of the deck is the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, which is letting me know to watch out for things that throw you off balance or out of alignment, especially where you're going to be making a really big decision from a place of abundance. You want to protect that. Some big things could be happening for you in April. And I'm also getting a little bit of a Cancerian energy from this pile. Also a strong Taurus. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead now and pull an angel number for you. You got playfulness, 3939. Yeah, so this is kind of reinforcing that fun and warm time is coming in, and to really be able to lean in and embrace that nurturing side that you have already as a dominant part of your personality. Wow, look at the beautiful synchronicity with the colors there. So this is going to be something new, but it's going to be something new in a really good, fun way, in a really magical way. This is going to be something that I would say keep an eye out for, like unicorns and like ponies. That's definitely going to be a synchronicity for some here. What kind of change can we see? As the viewer stays in this positive energy and moves forward, what can we know about this change? So this change is going to have to do with kind of standing on your own and being able to embrace your spiritual gifts. This change is going to have to do with potentially being part of a community and having to be the person in that community who is on the outs at times, but in the way to be there for everyone's highest good, to kind of change things for the better, to set things straight, to put things back on the good foot, I'm hearing. Also, someone who is going to have to step up and kind of be seen. And you could maybe be the type of person who, because you are a soft person, you're not consistently used to being in that energy of putting yourself out there and being seen. But at this time, I do see that it may be required, and it's going to really help to bring some of that alignment back in. Also, just participating in more of community type of things, community events, and not being afraid to share your truth with others, not being afraid to be your true self. Interesting. All right. So that is what I am seeing for you as far as guidance and synchronicities for this time. And if you are not sticking around for another pile, I hope that until the next one, you do take good care of yourself. Hello to everyone who chose the Eight of Wands as their overall energy for today's reading. This card is so beautiful. It's really carrying the energy of friendship. I really see that year of the fire horse right here in this card. Typically, this card can represent a few different things. It's about speed and intensity. Also can be love at first sight. It's about things unfolding in a way that happens a little bit unexpectedly. And it also is about dynamic outcomes. So this card can have a lot of dual meanings. And I'm interested to get a little bit more information about what's going on in your overall energy and why this card would have been the one that resonated with you. So we're going to go ahead and jump in and kind of look a little bit into what is going on in your current energy. Then we're going to take a look at what's about to unfold for you and why this guidance is important at this time. So let's go ahead and take a look into what is going on in the energy that surrounds you currently. Maybe coming out of a lack mentality or coming out of a state of lack. Also, this could be tied into something where there was a little bit of competition and at the same time, a little bit of betrayal. You could have been isolated and really on your own in a lot of ways, but that time is coming to an end and it's allowing you to be able to break free from that type of lack state or mentality. What else can we see about the current energy, please? All right. So yeah, there was something that seemed like there was definitely some choices that needed to be made, and it could have even seemed like there was a little bit of trickery or illusions, but it is putting you in a space where you're moving into a much more secure energy and where you're feeling a lot more success. All right. So with that being said, I'd like to go ahead and take a look now into what is getting ready to unfold in the energy around you, why this guidance is going to be important at this time. So coming up, we have a little bit of a situation here where there could even be a little bit of a financial burden, I would say. Not so much of a struggle as a burden. And just having to really take things one step at a time to be able to get that back on the right side of things. But it's something that you're ready to do and you are able to put in the work to make it happen. At that same point in time, it's the type of situation where you're going to be really paying a lot of attention. You're going to be very watchful of the things and the people around you. And you're going to be putting in that work to make sure that things don't get mixed up. You could be the person in this situation who is like the responsible one and having to keep an eye out to make sure that somebody else's potentially like way of living or overspending isn't putting you in a bad situation. All right. And it's something that's going to require a little bit of being courageous, having the tenacity and the energy to be able to make one final push at something. It's going to be a kind of a situation where you have to be vigilant, but you'll be able to bring in a transformation here. And it's putting you on a stronger energy and a stronger footing. Something where you're going to be able to really start to manifest in more of your desires and express yourself more. And for someone, I'm also seeing this could be someone who is a witch. And you have a very creative energy at this time coming up. Working on some manifestation. Interesting. All right. Let's go in and see what angel number guidance or synchronicities. Being brave. Being able to see through this illusion that's happening right here. And knowing that by doing so, you're going to be able to enhance your watchfulness and your qualities of being observant. And that is a strength of yours, especially as someone who has been working on increasing your abilities of manifesting in some of these desires that you have. What else can we see here? about this energy that is shifting, requiring you to have that vigilance, that tenacity to be able to bring in these manifestations that you've been watching out for. Oh, yeah. With great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, so for someone watching this, someone in this pile is definitely a witch. And I would take this as a message from your guides to just bear in mind, okay, when you're doing certain things, the balance, being watchful, being mindful, but also knowing when is the time to kind of stand your ground and when is the time to kind of let things go. And that goes for everyone. What can we know about this powerful action that requires bravery? What else can we see here? It's too much. What can we see here about this powerful action that is going to require bravery from my Eight of Wands pile? Can I get one more? Thank you. Oh, the priest. The first pile got that card as well. So if you were feeling in any way drawn to the first pile, I definitely would say to go back. This archetype is definitely going to carry a community energy. And it's also talking about standing in your truth. And it's interesting that it comes out where you also got the power card, because it's also going to kind of allow you to take a look at how your actions and how your role in your community and in society is affecting others. And it's about working with your guides and being able to see where your actions are aligned with what you truly feel to be your authentic self, okay? So that's really interesting that that also came out here. And then I'm noticing too that you got the scientist. So that's going to speak more about being a little bit more meticulous. And it's going along right with that watchful energy that we did see in your reading, talking about having a little bit more of a logical approach at times and not being afraid of the unknown, not being afraid of making mistakes, not being afraid of trying a new way or trying or experimenting like a scientist does, right? Being open to exploring and also not being afraid to ask questions when you need to. So when I see the two of these together, it is really carrying an energy of being in a space, in a community, in a collaborative environment where you're also challenging others with your thoughts and ideas. And that is something where your mind and the way that you approach situations, this power and this bravery, that is one message about how this is tied together. And this could be like a little bit of a tower moment for someone that happens quickly, and it puts you in a situation where you're able to see through illusions and you're able to ride out the storm in a way that you impress yourself because you see it as a blessing, a clearing for better things to come in. What you're manifesting here with this strong Jupiter energy. And for some, you could have like a tie or a connection energetically or spiritually with Egyptian culture. Oh, I love to see it. That is what I'm going to be able to pull through for you today if you chose the Eight of Wands as your overall energy for today's reading. Thank you so much for being here to receive this message. And if you're leaving off here today, until the next time, please do take good care of yourself. Hello there. If you chose the 10 of Cups for your overall energy for today's reading, then this pile is for you. This card represents a lot of emotional happiness and fulfillment. It is a card of successful relationships. It is a card of building on relationships. And it is a card of deep emotional and deep mystical feelings. So this is absolutely something where I'm excited to see a little bit more about what's going on in your energy right now, why you may have chose this card. We're going to take a look at your present energy, and we're also going to take a look at what may be unfolding soon, why this guidance is important for you, the message that your guides have at this time. Thank you so much for being here for today. So I see that there could be maybe a little bit of time where there was maybe something that you weren't seeing, something where you could have been coming out of a time of being oblivious. There could have been some kind of space that you were taking or some kind of internal choice that you were working through, but you're coming out of that now. You're starting to be more present. And with being more present, it's also put you into a little bit more of a competitive energy. It's put you into a state where you're noticing that there could be some people around you who don't quite have all their ducks in a row. And you're kind of there steering the ship, trying to pull things back in, trying to get people to rein it in a little bit. I heard rein it in. Yeah, and it definitely seems here that you are the type of person who would be the responsible and the mature one here. And definitely in the present energy that you are in right now, you are standing in your power. You've had quite a bit of achievement and personal success. So it gives you the right to kind of be the one to rein it in. So what's coming next? It's a secret. Needing to kind of take a break and chill out a little bit. What's coming next is going to be a little bit of kind of going back down, looking back over some of those choices that you made, maybe spending time with family and people that you're more familiar with, and kind of just escaping from a little bit of the responsibility of that everyday grind and having to be the one to always steer the ship. At that same time, you are going to be the person who is going to have to continue to kind of see things through to the end. You do have quite a bit of work that you are involved in, and you have the energy that you need to make one final push. And I'm seeing here that it puts you in a space of having a little bit more community around you, being able to spend more quality time with the people that you truly care for. You're going to have a very lucky feeling energy, and you're going to be in the type of situation where you're celebrating with people that you care about. And I would say here, what we're not seeing is to watch out for something that may be better than it appears to be. Watch out for whatever this energy of chaos is trying to bring about confusion or any kind of tricks that you may be already kind of intuitively sensing. You want to watch out for that, because while you're on this journey and you're kind of wrapping things up and trying to bring things together here, that could be the one thing that maybe throws you off. So that is a message and kind of a watch out for this time. Let's see what angel number guidance we can partner with this that will kind of help us to see things a little bit more clearly as well. You got more angel cards than any of the other piles. That definitely seems significant here. All right. So staying true to what you know, trusting that intuitive feeling, and also having the time to be able to kind of go within, spending time around people that you trust, and being able to have rest and escape when you need it, because you do have a lot of work that you have to do. And that is something that takes your energy. Knowing when to kind of let things go and knowing when to be the one to stand in your power. I'm definitely seeing that here with these cards, just like that. And I see this as being something where it's been a while that you have been working on yourself in this way, and you're now able to trust in yourself more. It's putting you in a situation where you don't have to think so much about what actions you're going to take, and you don't have to overthink things when it comes to these interpersonal relationships and how interacting with others is affecting you, because you have gotten to the point where you have mastered that within yourself. What additional guidance can we see as my viewer here in the Ten of Cups pile is being watchful and looking out for this potential energy of illusion, energy of potential like betrayal and tricks? What can we see here as additional guidance? All right, very good. So there are friends around you. There is love around you. There is promise and potential around you. And it's just about getting through the weeds, not getting lost in the weeds, and being able to trust in your intuition. I'm seeing that here as well. Being able to find fulfillment in a little bit of an internal sense. And that is how you are going to be able to manifest it externally. And at the same time, while I am seeing here that there is a little bit of an energy of sometimes competition, sometimes chaos, sometimes illusion, it's also important to remember that there are individuals out there who do have a very nurturing, kind friendship and loving energy towards you. And that is what you will be able to lean on in those times when you need to be brave and when you need to find that inner strength and confidence. Is there any additional guidance that we can see in the energy at this time? Interesting. Yeah. So, once again, not losing sight of the positive aspects of life, even when things may seem a little bit tough, and even when there is a little bit of confusion around you, lightening up the way that you look at things, and also thinking at the same time about how you can maintain a positive attitude and how you can approach things with kindness. That is going to be something that you are able to use as a strength, and also not letting things that other people do affect you too severely, and not letting the way that other people behave or the things that are happening in the world around you take you out of being in the present. You need to be able to find that inner peace, to be able to stay in the moment, because deep within your nature, you are a kind hearted, fun, light spirited individual. And that is also one of your strengths, that you don't want to lose sight of that, because that part of your personality brings a lot of beauty into this world. I love to see that. And you're an innovator. I can see that here. So don't allow that chaotic energy, maybe in the news cycle, in the workspace, wherever it may be, to dampen your light. In these times, you can really kind of even shine brighter. Well, I love to see that for you in my Ten of Cups pile. And I am so grateful that you were here to be able to receive this message today. Thank you for stopping in. Until the next time, please do take good care of yourself. Bye for now.